Hey guys, um, I've had a lot of requests about how I did my spinner tricks and everything, and people have been wanting a tutorial on how to do them. So I decided to make one on this. This is a spinner I'm using. I made this one a long time ago. This is one of my first ones that I made. The ones I make now are 10 times better than this one, but I kind of grew partial to this one, so I use it all the time. If you want to buy any of my spinners, you can go to woodenthingamajigz.com and get them there. I can put a link in the description also. This one I'm using, the middle bearing is just a regular old, it's from Pacific Flyers, just a regular steel bearing that I have, and I can show you. These just screw off. And it's just regular old steel one, nothing special to it. And the finger pads just screw right onto it. And they do help quite a bit if you're trying tricks. And yeah, mine I make with recessed finger pads so you can get better grip on them and hold on to them. But truthfully, if your spinner doesn't spin very well, it's most likely it's been lubed or greased up. And if you can take the spinner out, you can actually I used 91% isopropyl alcohol, and you soak them in that, and you can take like a toothbrush or something and scrub them, or just rinse them out, and then you just mainly want to get all the grease and lube off of them and then dry them off. Try not to use water. Water will rust the bearings really fast, and the alcohol will evaporate, so it's a lot better to use. And then you just dry them off, and the longer you spin these and the more you use them, the longer this thing will spin. So the more you use it, the longer the spin will go. And doing it that way, it just works. So I can show you a couple of tricks that I do and how I do them. Pretty much, the easiest one, of course, is a convertible. You just spin it, and all you're doing is just holding it on your finger. Simple as pie. The next one, sorry if you're snoring, that's my that's my pug Eve. She loves to snore, so I have to get used to it. But the next trick is the change up, and all you do is you get the spin going on, and then you're just tossing it back and forth to your fingers. It takes a little practice when you're tossing it. See, I can't even do it all the time, but to get it perfectly and catch it right there, you're just kind of tossing it back and forth, which is pretty easy to do for the change up. And the reverse sonic is when you throw it up in the air and then you're going to catch it like that. What I do is when I throw it up, I push down on it also like that, and it puts a backwards spin on it, and then you just catch it. You're just kind of throwing it up, and then you just catch it with your two middle fingers. It's just easy as pie. You just throw it up, backspin, and then catch it. The other one, let me try to think, is the reverse polarity. And that just comes in handy, like most of the time when you're doing tricks, if you want to keep them going, you just, hit it and spin it like that. But if for some reason you end up and it's spinning the opposite way, the reverse polarity comes in handy. All I do is if it's spinning this way, you turn it over, and then when you toss it up, you switch your hand around, and then you grab it like this, and then it'll be spinning back this way, so you can just go like that and keep it going again to keep that part going, which is, how you can get it going that way. Same way, if you wanted to go the other way, you just turn it, and then you toss it up, switch fingers underneath, and grab it like that. So the trickier ones, is the X Tetrad Leapfrog. Mainly you're just starting with, your finger and your thumb on it, get a good spin on it, and then you're just tossing it from finger to finger, like that. And your main thing is you don't want to, when you toss it, you kind of want to come up with it and then let it land on there, on your finger. You don't want to just have a stiff finger and hit it because it's just going to bounce right off. So you kind of want to toss it and just kind of catch it and leave it, follow it down a little bit. So when you're going up with them and stuff. And that's how you do the X Tetrad Leapfrog. It's, fairly straightforward to do. And it's the same with the 9-finger death punch. The difference between the X Tetrad Leapfrog and the 9-finger death punch is with the X Tetrad, you pause on each one. You throw it up, you pause, get it, and you pause, and you do it again, and you pause like that. And then that's there. And then with the 9-finger death punch, you try not to do any pause in between them. When you throw them up, when you throw the spinner up, you just want to kind of just tap it on each finger and just keep going, just like that, and that seems to be it's a lot easier than it sounds, if you can get it bouncing on there. So one of the hardest ones is the single tap and the double tap. These are a pain in the ass to do. It took me quite a while to get them down. I still haven't even mastered them yet. What I do for the single tap, you're going to get the spin going on, and then you toss it up, and then you're going to catch it on your knuckle. So you make sure your knuckle's bent a little bit, so you're catching it like this, and make sure you watch out and your fingers aren't up like this, because it's just going to tag them. And yes, your knuckles will get raw and your other knuckles will hurt because it's going to keep bashing them time after time. But the trick with the single tap and the double tap is when you push it up like this, you want to do a quick switch when you're doing it. You want to go up and then like this as fast as you can, because once you let go, this middle part, because of the centrifugal force, it starts spinning also in there with the whole spinner. This thing will start spinning also. And so if you toss it too high, this gets too much of a rotation on it, and when it does land on your knuckle, it spins right off. So what you want to do is just kind of get it spinning, and then you just toss it up and go quickly to your knuckle. And just make sure it's bent like this and your knuckle's facing up like that. And you just kind of go up, boom, just like that, and then you toss it up again, and I catch it on the middle finger. And then that could put you in to do the double tap. So you would just hold it like this, just kind of toss it up a little bit. You don't need to toss it way up in the air. It's just a little toss to this one, and then you're just holding it there, and then you're just tossing it, catch it, and then again, like that to your middle finger, and make sure these other knuckles are down, and then you toss it up again and back to your forefinger. And that's how you do the main majority of the tricks. I haven't come up with any new ones. I haven't even had time to really practice too much doing them, but I'll show you. I'll try to do a couple clips of me performing the tricks and everything. So I'll cut some video in that I made, that I make, showing you guys how to do the tricks, so you guys can see how they're done. And I'll try to slow down the video a little bit so you can see exactly what I'm doing and stuff, and hopefully that'll help you guys out. And if you guys have any suggestions or anything on tricks, or if you guys can post some videos about your tricks that you've done, that'd be awesome, because I love to see other people trying new things with these spinners. They're great for fidgeting and stuff. I myself am a fidgeter, and these are awesome. I love using these. I actually even have this one is my travel spinner, that fits in my pocket. This one does okay, but this one's kind of nice. It has the full ceramic, you know, bearings in there. And I keep this one with me so it fits nicely in my pocket and everything. I don't have, you know, I don't do any tricks with these. It's easier to do tricks with the 3-prong ones instead of just the singles. It's better balance than these. These don't have as good as the balance as the 3-prong ones. So, yep. So I'll show you some of the tricks. I'll try to do them, you know, and then slow down the video so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. And if you have any, you know, comments or questions or whatnot, you know, feel free to ask. You know, I try to answer all the questions. Well, all the, you know, decent questions, I guess. You know, I try to answer everybody's question. And if you have any comments or, you know, critiques or whatnot, you know, that's fine by me. You know, or if you have any ideas for new spinner tricks, you know, that's awesome, because, you know, these are ones I just thought up offhand. So, and then just leave them in the comments. All right, so here we go.